That those don't have to be worked out.
That those don't have to be worked out.
But we have to build the system within which they can be worked out sensibly.
But we have to build the system where they can be worked out sensibly.
I'm a lawyer, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
That system is a democracy that people have trust in.
That system is a democracy that people have trust in.
This democracy.
This democracy.
75% of people believe money buys results in Congress.
75% of people believe money buys results in Congress.
I know what 25% you're doing, but 75% believe that. And 11% of our nation has confidence in that institution.
11% of our nation has confidence in that institution.
Right? When we fought against the British Crown in the Revolution, there were more of us who believed in the British Crown than who believe in this Congress today.
There were more people who believed in the British Crown than believe in our Congress today.
If we can build a democracy which doesn't have that cynicism baked in,
We can build a democracy that doesn't have that cynicism baked in.
then there's a place
Then there's a place
for these differences.
for these differences.
Contradictions to be worked out in good faith.
These contradictions can be worked out in good faith.
And all we need to do
And all we need to do
put the fight about the substance aside for a moment to build the platform within which we have that conversation.
is put the fight, the substance aside for a moment to build the platform we need to have those discussions.
Yes.
Stand up and yell.
The first meeting we might have with the Tea Party.
First meeting we might have with the Tea Party.
What would you say would be the first 3 agenda items?
What would you say would be the first agenda item?
For what we have in common.
For what we have in common.
Do we agree?
Do we agree?
This system is corrupt.
This system is corrupt.
Yes, we do. They do. We do.
Yes, they do, we do.
And what do we think
And what do we
the
think
core of that corruption is?
the core of that corruption is?
And they too believe
And they too believe
it is money inside the system.
it is money inside the system.
So, agreeing on that alone,
So agreeing on that alone,
and committing to changing that,
committing to changing that,
whether it's through Radigan's Get Money Out,
whether it's through Radigan's Get Money Out,
or any other these movements, that's the framework for working to build this change.
or through any other movement, that's the framework to build this change.
And this is your major point. What is the solution to campaign finance reform to ensure that politicians are in the pockets of the lobbyists?
What is your
So the
solution
question
for
was, what is the solution to campaign finance to make sure the politicians are not in the pockets of the special interests? All right. So the problem is, Congress follows its funders,
Congress follows its funders,
and the funders are not the people.
and the funders are not the people.
The funders are the 0.05% of the people.
The funders are the 0.05% of the people.
99.95% of the people are not followed.
99.95% of the people are not followed.
The solution is to make the funders the people.
The solution is to make the funders the people.
So there's a family of reforms.
So there's a family of reforms.
Let's call them small dollar campaign reforms.
Small dollar campaign reform.
Arizona, Maine, and Connecticut all have these small dollar systems for funding their local elections.
Arizona, Maine, and Connecticut all have these small dollar systems for funding local elections.
So a candidate takes $100, the government matches it 4 to 1, so that's worth $500 to the candidate.
So a candidate takes $100, the government matches it 4 to 1, so that's $500 for the candidate.
So that's an example. In my book, I'm not selling my book, but my book, I have a different example, but they're all about small dollar funded elections so that the funders are the people. That's the point.